Hey, this is Coach Roseanne here, and I'm very excited to let you know that we're going to be opening up the doors to Hey Sugar at the end of February 2024. Now, I'm very excited to let you know that Hey Sugar Transformation Program is a program that helps women lose weight without dieting. It is our signature program, and we specifically talk about three main things. We focus on mindset, we focus on nutrition, and we focus on movement. Now, inside Hey Sugar, within the first 6 weeks, our promise is you could lose up to a dress size in those 6 weeks without dieting, without eliminating carbs, without restriction. And the best part about this program is we're going to give you principles that are time tested and principles that you're going to use long after the 6 weeks are over. And this is what makes this program sustainable. And so if you're interested in joining that program, I'm going to be attaching the waitlist below here for you to join and be in the waiting list so that the minute we open up the doors, you are going to be alerted. So we're going to be putting the waiting list below, and I cannot wait to see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm your host, Roseanne Kamau, a certified nutrition coach with a background in psychology. Here on Hey Sugar Podcast, you will learn how to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle without dieting. I'll be teaching you practical tips that you can incorporate in your unique lifestyle. I am going to help you break any dieting mindset traps and show you that a healthy and sustainable lifestyle is doable. I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to keep it real. Now, you see, I was once overweight, I was once medically obese and had a diagnosis of high cholesterol. I've been able to keep my weight off and keep my cholesterol numbers to a healthy range for over the past 15 years. So if you're ready to change your life for good and create a healthy and sustainable lifestyle for yourself, then this is for you. Let's go.
Oh, you guys, let me tell you, today you are in for a treat. Now, one of the things I pride myself in is bringing you value. And I know in today's show, not only will you get value, but you're going to get inspired. You're going to get tangible things that you're going to be doing. You're going to be challenged, and hopefully you're going to begin to take action for yourself, because I have an amazing guest for us who is one of my most amazing clients, Miss Asya Narsar. Very excited to have you. And Asya is going to be sharing her transformation journey, how we connected, how she's transformed her life, not just physically, but how emotionally, mentally, how things have completely shifted for her. And so I'm not even going to be talking much because I want you to hear her in her own words. Now, before she hops on, can I just give you a little bit of background of who she is? Now, Asya is a wife, she's a mother, she's a daughter. She is self-employed. She is a farmer. She loves nature. She loves swimming, reading. Listen, it's all about taking those little pleasures in life and really soaking them in so that she can live that healthy lifestyle that we all talk about. But on top of that, one of the things that she really says that has helped her over the last couple of years is because she's decided to take care of herself. In fact, she says, taking care of me is a priority. And she is very grateful for who she is. Asya, Asya, Asya. I cannot wait to hear all about this transformation that you have gone through. I know about it, but I want our viewers to hear all about the amazing stuff that you've been going through. And can I just say thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking time to be with us. Welcome, 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 Asya.
Thank you so much, Coach. And it's my pleasure to be here as always.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want you to take us back to the genesis. How did we even connect? How did you find out about me, and what were you doing by the time you were finding me? What were you looking for?
Okay, I remember very well. It was around October 2022. And your stories just started popping in my page, Instagram page. And I kept following them. And at that time already, I was so tired of being who I was then, like being who I am. And I really just so much wanted to change. So when I was seeing your stories, and then it was talking about non-restrictive diet, so I was like, okay, this is something new. And yeah, that's how it came. And then you were announcing for the masterclass, which was sometime in February 2023. And then immediately. I mean, after the master class, I didn't even wait. Like, I just paid there and then. And I was like, I'm not even going to give myself that 1 minute to like sit back and doubt myself.
Look at
So
that.
I
Doubt
enrolled.
yourself. And you enrolled. But before we go into
Yeah.
enrollment, the one thing I've heard is you said, I was tired of who I was. Can you give us insight into who was that tired Asya? Who was she?
Okay. Um, I was a as I said, as you said, a mother, a wife, and a farmer. So it was a busy life. And along the years, I mean, the kids were growing, and we know, yani, it's all time consuming. So I kind of let go and forgot myself because I was just there for everyone. And I'm also, or rather, I was the type where I could not say no. And so I was taking on people pleasing, and it would worry me more, like, okay, I know maybe it's a lot, but then what will he think, what will she think, what would they think? So then I would still take on, and it went on. And I think by around that time, I mentioned around October, late 2022, is when I kind of now realized I have to do something, because this I cannot go on like this, because I
Because
wasn't even liking myself.
so what I'm hearing is you're taking on too much, you're not saying no, you're not creating boundaries, and you're
Yes.
not liking, I think the word they say is tired of who you are. So what exactly are you tired of? What's tiring you? What's holding you? What's weighing you down? That's making you say, I need to change something. What was that?
Okay. I tired of keeping everyone first and not taking care of me. And and okay, it wasn't like, I think it was something that came and crept on, because it things we do day in, day out, year in, year out. And with time, I feel if you do not face yourself and know yourself, that's when now you hit that point, and you're like, no. So I was tired of just going on the daily life and not liking myself, and not even appreciating or knowing who I am.
So there's a lot of inner work that I'm hearing, the things that you're
Yes.
beginning to notice about yourself that you do not like. Had that
Yes.
manifested physically? Was it that showing up in the physical?
Yes, very much so. Because,
How so?
like I said, I didn't like, in the sense, like, even looking at myself in the mirror, I was wearing very, very big clothes, like, the ones which normally in the Mombasa people wear, the loose clothes. So I was that was my attire, and I wouldn't even want to go out. And I would do diets, and through the years, I knew that I had to do something. So I was doing different diets, but it was like I would get some results, but it was so short lived. And then I would maybe go 10 steps back and maybe gain even more than what I was initially. So even that was very depressing. But I was big. I mean, seriously.
How big were you, if you don't mind sharing?
I was, by the time I was 85 kilos.
It was 85. So when we started working together, so you're 85 kilos. So what I'm hearing you say is,
16.
sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Sorry, I'm saying I was 85 kilos and a size 16, 18.
Perfect. Okay, let's stay there. Okay. So when we started, so when you are on Instagram, you see in my page, what I'm hearing you say is, I was a people pleaser, I was taking on too much. And then the way it manifested, not only was I feeling it on the inside, but even on the outside, I've gained so much weight. What were you doing? Let me go back. By that people pleasing, who the person you had become and taking care of everybody else and putting all that weight on yourself, how was that showing up? Like, how did you gain that weight is actually what I'm trying to get at. How did you gain that weight? By
Yeah.
noticing you have been a people pleaser.
I wasn't even concerned with what I'm eating, how I'm eating, when I'm eating. So it was about like, if I feel down, I'll just grab anything and, just to make me feel good, which
Mm,
many a times it wasn't. So it was
mm,
like I would just eat, and basically I wasn't really taking care of me. Like, not even, it was so unhealthy. Like, eating and then straight going to sleep, and because I'm so tired, and maybe I've eaten my meal is just all carbs. So,
yes.
and that's how it started and went on.
That's how it started and went on. And I want someone to hear what you've said. So, this is a girl who's extremely busy. She's taking care of her family, she's taking care of her work. She is people pleasing everybody. And then what she realizes is when she gets emotional, when she feels down, when she feels down is the word she used, she would eat something. And that's how she gained the weight over the years. Because I know there's someone out there who is feeling down, who is feeling sad, who's taking on too much, and they're probably doing the same thing that you are. Okay, so you find yourself, you are at 85 kilos, a size 16, size 18. And I see now you're looking for to do different diets. You're starting different diets, you're losing the weight, but it's all coming back. Can you take us through without necessarily mention, I mean, I don't care, you can mention the diets. What did you do and why did they not work for you?
Okay, like, I can say, like, I've done the diets, or rather I used to do the diets, many. There's the cabbage, the juice diet, the keto, fruits, you name it. But the thing is, it's like many a times you're told, have this, don't have that. Yani, it was very restricting. And I mean, I came to find out, like, the things that I'm told not to eat at some time is when I would really like go and binge on them, like, big time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
once I do that, then I'm like, oh my god, I've messed it. And then I'm like, you know what, to hell with this. And maybe I've seen results, but because I've already messed, I'm like, what the hell, what am I gonna lose?
What am I? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so what I hear is the cycle. You binge, no, you're
Yes.
told not to eat. Your brain is like focused. It's like, I want to eat that. It's what I call the proverbial 2-year-old that's in us. The minute we're told not to do something, it's like, why are you telling me not to do that? But you binge,
Exactly.
you feel like you've messed up. You give, you're like, it's this, to hell with this. And so that cycle starts all over again. Is
Yes.
that part of what you are tired? Because I hear you've also tried different things, cabbage, juicing, keto, fruits, you name it.
Yeah.
What made you decide this is enough and I'm tired, I need something different?
Like I mentioned before, it was very depressing, because you
Mm,
see, when you, at least for me, like, I
mm,
want, when I'm doing something, I have a goal. Like, okay, I know I want to lose this much of weight.
okay.
Yeah, that was my aim then. And then I'm not seeing it, because many a times we're already given a time frame, and it's very short time, and then you don't see it, or like I said, I start the guilt trip. And so it was very depressing. And then at times, when I look at myself, I psych myself, okay, I'm gonna start this one now. And then again, the cycle. So that's exactly what also I was tired of. Like,
Tired.
is there anything that I can help me?
Is there anything that can help you? And then finally, somehow you begin to see all these posts that are coming up on your page from Coach
Yes.
Roseanne. You come to the masterclass. Tell us that story. Tell us that
Okay.
story.
I've mentioned it to you, and honestly, till to date, I even tell my husband, my family, like, you were a godsend, because I wasn't even searching for you. Your stories just started popping on my page. And then I was like, okay. I ignored it the first time, the second time. And then I'm like, okay, let me check this, because I mean, they could be something. And then I joined the masterclass. And in the masterclass, then I was like, I mean, it's not, I realized that I thought I knew about healthy eating, or
Mm,
being healthy.
mm.
And I realized just in the master class that I didn't know. I thought I knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
You
that's
thought.
why, yes, and that's why I decided then and then, like, I'm gonna do this. And I decided I'm gonna, when you gave the last class and you gave us the information and everything, I
Yeah.
remember making the payment, even not even telling anyone. I just did it straight because I was so, I don't know, I just felt it in me, like, this is it.
Mm, mm. And you did not doubt what you felt. You did not doubt what you felt. You
No.
went in, you did the work. So you come in the program, you're coming in, you're doing the work, you show up week one, week two, week three. Take us through the program. What did
Okay.
you get and what were your expectations?
Okay, initially, when I was seeing, even through the master class, I was very skeptical,
Okay.
very skeptical.
Yeah.
And yeah, but then as we started and we were told, and we were being told, like, trust the process, just be, follow the instructions, just follow what we're telling you. And then I was like, you know what, let me do it. And I was just doing it day in, day out, like the daily thing. If we're supposed to do whatever we are to do, I do it. I go through, do the research, I follow the instructions. And in the process, I was also learning. I was asking a lot of questions, and I find, like, for me, that was really helpful because I was learning a lot. And I came to find out, like, the good thing about the program, it gave me control. I was able to plan my meals. I was able to know what I can eat, what I cannot eat. I was able to know, if I exercise, if I don't exercise, what will happen to me. So basically, I came to learn and know myself and get control. And
Mm,
that was a big game changer. And I mean, seriously, I didn't, that I came in with just wanting to lose weight,
yeah.
but with Hey Sugar program, I got much more than what I bargained for. That
Mm.
for sure.
For sure. For sure. And I'm so happy to hear that because it really ties back to the beginning. It ties back to the beginning where you talked about you had no control, you are sad, you are not confident, you're not focused. But then what you hear when you come in, you're saying, you know what? I am learning, I am asking questions, I am getting control. I am learning what to do for myself and what I need to work on. And this is now what you're saying. Out of that, coming from a place where you had no control, do you know what to do, being a people pleaser, which we're going to talk about after. You're learning what to eat, you're learning about how to move your body. You begin to see changes in 2 weeks from being a skeptical to being, what would you say? First, you are a skeptical, now you are becoming a believer because you're seeing results.
Hooked,
What
line,
happened?
and sinker.
Yes, yes. And what happened 6 weeks after, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, as we go along, because then we are told to check our measurements, and I mean, I got to wear clothes that I had not worn for years. Like, I remember I posted one photo. I'd not worn that dress for, I think, more than 6, 7 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
by the time I was wearing it again after Hey Sugar, it was even so loose. In fact, I even gave it away.
Oh, look at you. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I was like, oh my God, I have finally reached and found something that is so easy. It is not like what we know about diets, that you have to restrict this. And that's what I really loved about the program. You had, I mean, like, I personally, I had so much flexibility
Mm,
because depending on what I want, how I feel, or where I want, what I want to eat, in terms of, do I want to eat meat? Do I want to
mm,
eat vegetables?
mm,
I mean, I had such a choice. And it
mm.
wasn't such a big deal that it's mind wracking that I have to go to the supermarket. There's some diets where they tell you specific foods. Oh my God. This one, it was just no. In fact, the good thing is it takes us back to our natural foods, which are so much around, you know and that's what I really loved about it. Is
Oh,
it's nothing hard, nothing
yeah.
like we, or at least I used to think for diets. This one, it is so easy, so flexible. And I'm telling you, like I was telling Dockers, if I'm to start mentioning the wins that I had from Hey Sugar, I think I can write a book.
Please do write a book, because I know there's a lot of women who would want to hear your story, because I know the transformation you've gone through, because we've been on this journey for a minute. Do you sharing the wins that you've had? So your dresses now were fitting. You came at 85 kilos, and what are you now? Which is over a year later. You've
uh
sustained at what?
okay, right now I'm at 69.
My goodness gracious, 70 kilos down. And
16,
how have
yes.
you been able to sustain this?
Okay, all this is from what I learned from Hey Sugar, because
Yeah.
you see there it talks about sustainability. And I'm telling you, whoever is listening out there, if you do stick to what you're told and learn and pick everything that you're told, then it does become a lifestyle. Because I did Hey Sugar for 6 weeks, but
Mhm.
even uh, before I joined the other program, the mindset program, there was such a gap, but I was still doing whatever I learned with Hey Sugar, and I was still seeing results. So, like, I'll keep telling people, it's just for you to come in with an open mind, like I did, because I was skeptical, but I was like, you know what? Let me just pretend like I don't know anything. And that's the
Mhm.
mentality that I came with. Like, I'm just going with a clean mind, clean
Yeah.
slate,
Yeah.
and just listen and learn what I'm being told.
Yeah.
And I came out of it, leave alone the weight loss, the
Mhm.
dress size is down, but the confidence, the change in me, I learned to create boundaries. I became so happy. I could tell somebody no and not feel guilty about it, and also say it in a way that, even the other party will understand. And in fact, I came to find out, when you do create boundaries, people respect you for that.
Yes.
Initially, they don't. But you know what? You're like, this is me now. And
Beautiful.
you will have to take me the way I
Oh,
am.
my goodness. My goodness. Yeah, listen, beyond weight loss, and I think that's what excites me, and even what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you've learned the flexibility, you learned what to eat within those 6 weeks. You've even now become a much more powerful woman, because listen, you're creating boundaries, you're saying no, which means you're no longer eating. But I'm curious though, have you felt moments where you felt down now? Because I know there's someone who's probably thinking, okay, Asya, I hear you. I'm still struggling. I'm still feeling down, and I'm being an emotional eater. What are the strategies now that you're applying when you feel down? Because that's a human nature, right? You're going to be feeling down. What do you do
Definitely.
now? Yeah, that you're no longer reaching for foods. What are the things that you're doing now when you find yourself, kind of feel down, but I'm not reaching for food? What are you doing? Because you've been able to keep that weight off for a while now.
Okay. Uh, Now the thing is, like I said, I did Hey Sugar for 6 weeks, and then came the mindset program. But between Hey Sugar with the mindset, there was what, 2 months, I think, two and a half
Yeah.
months or so. And
Mhm.
even during that time, I mean, like, Hey Sugar is the basic, and
Yeah.
that's where all my information and all my empowerment came from Hey Sugar. And then the mindset program, like, took me a step further, because even now I've learned all that I've learned. There are days where I feel like I don't want to get up, I don't want to walk, I don't feel like eating healthy, as
Yes.
as people would call it. But then, you see, the thing is, I'm like, you know what, I can eat, and
Yeah.
then I'll just eat moderately, because that's
Mm,
the thing. You see, initially before the program, I would like, I could even eat like two chapatis and
Mm.
just, but
Yeah.
now I know moderation. I know, like, okay, I can eat this much and still feel full. you know
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
has been, because initially it was like you eat, and with this thing in your brain that you want, like, to feel good, so you
Mm.
just keep eating and eating. But now, because I have so much going around me, I do my walks, I do my exercises, I know what I'm capable of. So there are days, yes, I do feel down, but when I feel down, either I'll get up from, if I was sitting or lying down, and just go out, see mother nature,
Yes.
or I would switch my mind. And that's also one thing which I've learned. My mind has become so positive, in the sense that, yes, I do get negative thoughts, because initially I was like, I would procrastinate, I was so hard on myself, I'm just, all the negative thoughts, somebody would be talking to me and my mind will be just thinking the worst scenarios. But come with the mindset program, I learned how to control all this and train my mind, because our brain, we came to find out, like, it can be trained, just like
Yes.
any, like the way we train our bodies, even the
Yes.
brain, we can train it. And
Yes.
thank God for the mindset program. That's what has enabled me to switch my thoughts and be positive, have that outlook of life whereby I know, yes, I can do some things and know
Yes.
my capability, and then also know there's some things which are out of my control. So if they're
Mm.
out of my control, I can't do anything about it. Let me do what I can do. And then if it's out of, whatever else is out of my control, as they say, let the chips fall, and
Well,
we'll take it from there.
we'll take it from there. My goodness. You, mhm, go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's I am so, so thankful every day to Allah, to God, and also to you, coach, because I have come to know myself, learn things about myself, let go of beliefs that I've been carrying for so long. You know, like, at times you're doing a diet and then people tell you, like, oh, you're looking good, oh, you've changed, and then you're like, really? No, you don't see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you just have it in your head, like, no,
Yeah.
you have that image, in you. But these days I just follow my dress sizes. I don't even go on the scale. In fact,
Okay.
that 69, I think, was the last time when Doctors told us to weigh, which was,
Yeah.
I think, before the fit mass.
Oh, that was
That
that
was
in the,
before,
yeah.
in
Yeah.
December, exactly.
Man, what I'm hearing is I'm literally hearing you dropping off a lot of heavy weight, internal weight that you are carrying, not just the physical weight, but even the emotional weight that you are carrying, the mental load that you are carrying. No longer bothered by the scale. It's like, you know what? Listen, I know myself. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to eat. I've changed my outlook in life. Man, this is just beyond. I am so proud of you. And I know a lot of people would like to see the transformations because you sent me the new picture, which we're posting right now on YouTube. I saw that your latest transformation. Asya was like, what in the world? This girl starting from 85 to where you are now, and even just hearing the process that you've been going through. Now, as we're coming to a close, Asya, there's someone out there and they're probably listening. Asya, this was a great story for you. And they're struggling and they're probably exactly where you are. They're busy. They have their wife, they're a mother, their children. They probably are also busy working and they find themselves exactly where you were. So I have two questions for you. The first part is I want you to give them three tips that they can incorporate in their lives now. And
Okay.
then the part is if there is one thing you would want to tell them, what would that thing be? So tips and then like advice for their life.
Okay. Okay. For the tips, the first tip I would tell them is commitment.
Mm.
In fact, sorry, even before commitment,
Mhm.
know what you want.
What you want. Mm.
know what you want. Because
Okay.
once you know what you want, then you can find out, okay, how am I gonna get to here?
Yeah.
And then once you know that, then comes the commitment, because you need to be committed. Because
Yeah.
let me tell you, yes, I've got all these wins, but it hasn't been a straight line. There has been ups and downs, and there will be. I mean, that's life. That's how life is. We cannot, in fact, when you have just a straight line, then I'm sure there's something wrong.
Thumbs off. Thumbs off.
So so the thing is, you need to have that commitment, such that when you have those days where you either something has happened, external forces, you will still keep going. And then the third thing, not the last thing, but the third thing, which I would say, is trust yourself and trust the process of whatever program or anything that you've committed to, and keep doing it. Because the thing is, you will think that you're not seeing results, but every little bit adds up. If, let's say, you've started maybe drinking water on a daily basis, keep doing it, and then add on and keep adding bit by bit, because for sure you will see results. That I can bet my life on it, because
Oof,
that's what has happened to me.
my goodness. And you know, that is so true. And what's the word of advice before I give my own conclusion?
The word of advice I'll tell everyone, especially us women, we have always, from childhood, because I remember also me, we are brought up with, like, you are the mother, you are the wife, you have to take care of everyone, and in the process we forget ourselves. And that's the biggest mistake that we do. We need to take care of ourselves, take care of you, because when you take care of you, then you can show up better for whoever else that you want to take care of. Because I was giving and giving. Finally, I emptied my cup, and that's why I was tired.
Oof.
But then once I came and found myself, and now I know how to take care of me when I'm down, I know how to bring myself up. So then even your family will appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. Take care of you.
You know, and that comes from your heart, because that's exactly who you are. You did not know who you want initially. You made a commitment and you trusted yourself and you trusted the process. This comes from your heart because it was your own experience. And for any woman out there who is going through exactly what Asya has gone through, but you can see her on the other side, you can see her transformation. The biggest thing that's jumping at me is she's committed. She is committed to the process. You can hear her say, there are days I don't want to get up, but I'm like, you know what? I think about the nature and what it does for me. I go into the ocean. I think about how my life has changed. I decide to do things. And that's the commitment part. And so if you are wanting to commit, if you want to change your life, then I would definitely encourage you to come check us out, check our masterclass out, come check out Hey Sugar, which is the program that I know it's a signature program. It's helped thousands of women. I know it can help you. And if you have any questions, Asya, do you want to share your Instagram page where people can follow you? And if they want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
know more about you, could you share your handle? And I'm going to put it below.
Yeah, it's Asya, ASYA underscore Nasser, NASSER. Asya
Perfect.
underscore Nasser.
Asya_Nursa. I am going to be posting that below. So if you want to go follow her, please go ahead and follow her. You want to ask her transformation, she's willing, she's open to share that with you. Asya, I truly want to thank you from the depth of my heart for always being such an amazing client, for being such a good friend, for always showing up for yourself, for trusting the process. I am so proud that God connected us, and I'm so proud to see where you are. And I only know that God has even bigger and greater plans for you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with the women. I want to appreciate you so, so much. And thank you again and again and again from the depth of my heart. And for everybody, again, just go follow her, hear from her. And as always, remember, you've got one life, you've got one body, and I want you to treasure it. Thank you.